wanna be down with the king.
It's the Sports Kings. Sports Kings. Big Mike.
He might fall off the wagon in the next 10 minutes.
Rob Calloway.
It's about bringing talent. It's not about all the flash and glitz and glam.
Not your average sports talk show. The Sports Kings.
This is NFL legend, Work Done.
This your boy D. Howard, a.k.a. Superman.
I'm Jerome Bettis, the bus.
It's Cam Newton. Holla at your boy, already.
This is Hank Aaron, and I'm down with the king.
Tell a friend, Kings is back.
Back for your Monday edition of the Sports Kings podcast. Yours truly, Big Mike. Got my man Rob Calloway with me. As usual, we're being heard via Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker.com. You can also reach out to us via the social media world, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. At Sports Kings Live is the handle. Make sure you guys follow. Make sure you spread the word. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The Kings are back via Spreaker.com. You can also email the show. Make sure you email us at sportskingslive@gmail.com. Any concerns you may have, any compliments, any critiques. You can also, if you or anyone else you know would like to sponsor an hour of the show or a segment of the show once we start doing our little features or whatnot, make sure you send us an email to that address as well. That's sportskingslive@gmail.com. Or you can just send us a DM, a direct message on any one of our social media accounts, and we'll definitely get back to you. So, yeah, back from Easter weekend, Rob. How are you today, sir? How was your weekend?
Really, man? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Something, like, for real. My weekend was, okay, how can I explain? It was a lot of ups and downs, all right? You know, started with Saturday evening, you know, watching Wisconsin, Kentucky. You know, at first it was kind of like the whole, you remember, you know how people start cheering for one person, then by the time it's over, they're cheering for another. Kind of like boxing, like, you know, Rocky and Taco. How Rocky went over to Russia and everybody was doing it, but by the time the fight was over with, everybody was cheering, Rocky.
Well, they're Russians. They don't count. We don't count Russians.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but that's how it was Saturday, right? Like, because I've been saying on this podcast for the past few weeks, all I was really interested in seeing was Kentucky, you know, chase history. You know, and I even had them, you know, finishing as a champion in my bracket. You know, and it was like, as I was watching that game, you know, I was like, come on, Kentucky, y'all got to do it. But by the time the game was over with, and I was like, like the last 2 minutes of the game, I was like, you know what, I just got to tip my hat to Wisconsin because, you know, they had played some great basketball Saturday. You know, and I don't, you know, and I heard Coach Calipari say that they didn't watch tape on Wisconsin because he wanted the team just to focus on themselves. And I was like, oh boy, should have watched that tape. But you know, so other than that, man, it was good till Craig Kimbrell got traded. But that's another story.
Did you get a chance to perform your Easter speech, your adult Easter speech yesterday?
Man, I told you I wasn't doing no Easter speeches, man. But I did enjoy my Easter. You know, my little girl, she danced for the first time with the little church, the little dance group. So she danced for the first time yesterday. So
for her.
So that was all. So I was kind of like you a couple weeks ago. You went to see your niece, and you were like, but you were still on your phone. Yeah, that's how I was yesterday. I was like, man, it was so much stuff that I had going on, and I was trying to find out about. And yeah, I found myself after she finished. Yeah. I was kind of, when everybody was standing up clapping while the choir was singing, I was kind of tucked down in my seat, you know, kicking my ass.
I have no problem with that. No problem with that at all. There's work to be done. Things are happening in the world of sports.
How was your weekend, man?
It's cool, man. I don't know what I did Saturday. I do. Just went riding, man. Sun was out. I was like, let me go see what's happening. And I picked up some meat so I could get prepared for my Sunday, for my Sunday. I wasn't spending the Sunday in no church. It was too nice outside. Put some meat on. Got home, prepped that meat up, seasoned it up, some chicken and some ribs, some smoked some salmon for the first time ever. Had never done that.
I love that.
Yeah,
I love to do that, man. That's one of my specialties.
It's a process, but it worked out. Then Sunday, got up, time to get at it. Throw the meat on the smoker, work it out. Had the meat sweats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good day. Good day. Mom and Pops came up. They went to church with my sister and everything. Then they came by after church and hung out for a minute. So everything went well.
So do meat sweats equal to a great day? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Nice meaty ribs. You know what I mean? Did some people watching on Saturday.
Yes, I do.
Went out. I know the sun was out down here in Atlanta, so went out and did some people watching, see who was wearing what. And,
You rode by Southern Cal?
Nah, I was more so on Wesley Chapel, just up and down. Went to the little market over there to get the meat. So while I was out, just observing people and their behavior and, how they do their thing. My people.
Oh, yeah, we do it big. We do it big in our community.
Yeah, we
over
do.
here on this side of town.
Niggas. N-E-G-U-S, niggas.
Oh, boy. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. But anyway, this is the Sports Kings podcast. It's a Monday, man. I'm trying to kind of shake the Mondays off a little bit, man. Today. Rob mentioned it already. We're going to talk about this NCAA thing, what's happening. At the time we're recording this podcast, we'll probably be done right before, everything will be posted right before the game tips off in Indianapolis. So that'll be cool. We can get more involved and talk about the aftermath tomorrow. We'll talk about what happened this past weekend, as far as the teams that lost, the teams that won, the two teams that are going to be playing in tonight's game. We got a little NBA news going up. Got about 10 days left in the NBA season. Still got some boxing stuff, some fight stuff to get to, but the fights in May 2nd. And the news is not really big. It's just these little things, these little bitty things that keep coming out day in and day out, because obviously they're not doing media tours or anything. So somebody has to say something every day to keep it on your conscience and make sure that that the biggest fight in the world is coming up on May 2nd. Like anyone needs to be reminded. Golf, the Masters this week, or as I like to call them, the Masters. The Masters.
Mouthful.
The Masters coming this week. Yeah. So. Not a whole lot to talk about that. Just Tiger, because he's doing this Tiger thing. He's gonna try to make a go at it this weekend after a 8-month layoff, I think it was. But here's breaking news. Something that's not gonna happen a lot on this show, on this podcast. But we're gonna lead with Major League Baseball today. Today is opening day, take two. Because baseball seems to think that opening day has a plural to it. Like, you have to have opening days, which is impossible. You can't have opening days. Either your opening day is today, and then tomorrow is day 2 of the season, or yesterday was opening day, or today is opening day. You don't play any games before today. But I digress. You all already know me and baseball are not going to be friends. We're going to be acquaintances, and we're gonna have the most cordial relationship we can. We're not going to be friends, though. That's not going to happen, because there's too much stupidity that goes on within the sport for me to even involve myself fully. And the reason that's not going to happen, let me explain to you why it's not going to happen. Because of how baseball is, just geographically how it is. Baseball is not really anything that you can deal with on a national level. You either have to deal with it on a regional or a local level, because of the way the sport is. You know what I mean? Unless something happens, and Josh Hamilton not getting suspended, A-Rod getting suspended, unless something happens that everyone is talking about, baseball is just not really that sport. It's not like football or basketball where everything's kind of all encompassing. It's more of a regional or a local thing. And I don't really want to do a whole lot of local stuff, but unless I can tie it into something bigger. And I think we can do that with this situation. Yesterday, I don't know if anyone outside of Atlanta cares or been paying that close of attention, but the Atlanta Braves are going through a rebuilding stage, and they're going through a rebuild, not a rolling rebuild, a rebuild, the real kind.
Fire sale.
A process. Rob, Rob calls it a fire sale. This is where we kind of differ in opinions on. I feel like I'm the dude that says, if you're gonna do it, do it. Don't play around with it. If you're gonna rip the Band-Aid off, rip it off. Don't peel it off slowly. Get it off, and let's start over. Let's see what we got. But what I'm alluding to is yesterday, probably the final I guess, what do they call it? The final pin to drop or whatever.
Yeah.
Was
you have nobody else to trade?
It happened yesterday. The Braves sent closer Craig Kimbrell and center fielder BJ/Melvin Upton Jr. To the San Diego Padres for Cameron Maybin, Carlos Quentin, Matt Whistler, and Jordan Perelbeck. The number 41 pick in the 2015 draft. Yesterday, my people did what they do. My people in Atlanta do what they do. When anything happens, there always has to be this knee-jerk reaction to, oh my God, what's happening? Oh, the Braves must hate us. Because no one's an adult and no one understands. Like, if a kid does that, cool. Because, the kid, you see the videos on YouTube, these bad parents these bad parents showing you just how bad parents they are because their kid takes an athlete being traded way too hard. So they put the video online to get hits and all this kind of stuff of the kid crying and being unconsolable. But okay, why do we do that as adults? And that's kind of what I wanted to tie this. Not necessarily because I know if you're listening to us out in, shout out to our people out in it's not Queen City. What is it? Queen City is a strip club, an old strip club here in Atlanta. What's the place, Rob, in Arizona? Queen Creek.
Yeah, Queen Creek, Arizona.
Our people out in Queen Creek. I was about to call it Queen City.
Big shout out to Queen City if they listen.
It's not Queen City anymore. It's something else now. Peaches of Atlanta, exactly.
Peaches of Atlanta, yeah.
But yeah, so if you don't care about this, you can still because fans are fans, and just this reason to just like put the noose around your neck and like, you know what, it's over. No, calm down and think rationally. Be an adult who understands the business of sports now, because now there is no excuse. It's available to us. There's websites dedicated to us. Whenever someone talks about a sport or talks about a transaction within a sport that we love or a team that we love, they always give us the business end of it too. So for people, like Rob, what'd you say to me? They did this to me right before opening day.
Yeah.
They did what to you? Okay. They did what to you?
Like, what I'm saying, man, just about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, John Hart did an interview, right? And they talked to him about all of these moves that were being made, okay? So he was asked about Craig Kimbrell, who is arguably the best closer in baseball right now. And he said that Craig Kimbrell is a break. Craig Kimbrell will be a break, okay? So it's like, just if you go make the move, go ahead and make the moves. Don't throw any smoke screens or anything like that.
Well,
because,
the quote I read that he said there's no intention on trading Craig Kimbrell. That was the quote I read.
Well, like I said, you have to watch the video because they have a video, of him talking about it. Maybe I misquoted it.
But even if somebody says that, things change. Like if somebody says, "Yeah, we want Craig Kimbrell," and you say, "Whatever," and they say, "But we'll take B.J. Upton," you say, "Okay, I'm listening now." Because, things change. You don't ever think somebody's going to come to the table and say, we'll take the Joe Johnson contract. You don't ever think somebody's going to come to the table and say, we'll take the B.J. Upton contract.
But my thing is, man, and I guess this is what bothers me the most, is that last week when we talked about this whole rebuilding process, right, we talked about what the Braves are doing and looking forward to 2017. Before I sat down and rationalized things, what went through my mind, because I'm a Braves fan before anything. Before this podcast, before I was up on the radio, before any of that, it was me and the Braves, one-on-one. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it just was one of those things where I'm like, damn, here you have a young guy, a young pitcher, a closer that should be a part, or I was thinking was going to be a part of this whole new youth movement of the Braves as they move into Kyle Terran.
He plays the wrong position, right? He plays the wrong position.
And it was just like, well, I get it, but it's one of those things where I'm like, okay, when I realized what the deal was that they kind of had to sweeten up the package for San Diego in order for them to take the other off our hands. Like, I'm like, see, like I said, before I rationalized things, my initial thought was, well, why in the hell didn't you send them two boys together? The brother, why you just ain't finna get up